Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the October 10th, 2020 edition of Pro Wrestling Throwdown. Luke the Big Dog Williams, Caleb Black, our in-studio producer, the Monkey Max Fury, and we are talking about the WWE Draft.
That was very mean of you.
What?
Calling him names like that.
It's not a name. He has the face of a monkey.
The hell did I do to you?
Okay, first off, that's insanely racist.
No, what you said was racist, because I didn't mean it that way. Racist. We are talking.
How it works, Caleb.
That's exactly how.
That's not how it works.
I'm bringing it back. That's a quote from a movie. I'm not. Anyway, we're talking about the results and the upcoming impending moves of the draft.
Yes.
To cover up the results from Raw and SmackDown. SmackDown started the draft this previous week. It ends on Raw. They've already been doing some of the supplemental draft today, even as we're recording. So we're going to go through the first Raw picks. We're going to go through the SmackDown picks. We're going to go through the list of the remaining free agents. All right, let's talk.
All right.
So far, Raw has drafted Drew McIntyre, Asuka, The Hurt Business, AJ Styles going back to Monday nights. Even though SmackDown's the house that he built, Heyman had to move in, so he put it. He's going back to Raw.
Only problem is when I move in, yo move in. Yeah.
Naomi, Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler.
I called that, by the way.
Yes, you did. Ricochet, Mandy Rose, The Miz and Morrison. We're going to save these two for last. Dana Brooke, Angel Garza, Tucker, splitting up Heavy Machinery.
Yeah.
Humberto Carrillo, and Drew Gulak.
I figured Gulak was going to go, which we also talked about.
Yeah.
With the 20. You remember me talking about the 24/7 thing. There's a lot of wasted motion, but we'll go ahead and give SmackDown, and then we'll discuss.
Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins.
Oh, you forgot the two for Raw.
Well, no, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, which called Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, which is a great get for SmackDown.
Oh, such a good get.
Jey Uso, Rey Mysterio, and Dominic Mysterio, Otis, Kalisto, and Murphy. So they for sure have broken up Heavy Machinery.
Yes.
And they've got the rule in place this year where you can't be redrafted. So you're going to be on Raw or SmackDown for the next year. But let's talk about the big surprising draft that came out that not even I expected. Big E, I'm getting a little emotional.
I'm not happy about it.
Big E was drafted to SmackDown, and Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, after having just won the SmackDown Tag Team titles, all returning from injury, all three together again, Xavier and Kofi are drafted to Raw. Which is just crazy.
I was watching it at home, as you all know if you follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown. I was giving live updates.
Yeah.
And I come upon the whole New Day thing, and it literally felt like someone had punched me in the stomach.
Yeah.
Like, it totally took the wind out of myself.
It's really hard to remember the period of time where these three guys weren't together.
Right.
You know, you'd have to go all the way back to Kofi 2009, 2010, maybe?
You would have to go back to when Xavier Woods was in NXT.
And when Big E was
in NXT.
With Dolph Ziggler's, sidekick.
2009?
Yeah, so it's been a decade of the New Day.
Years, at least.
But, as we've always talked about, this does give a lot of room for Big E's singles opportunity.
It does. I just wish that...
I wish it would have been done differently.
Now, since we are talking about the draft, I believe that there is a way to rectify it, and that is because the SmackDown Tag Team Champions now, the New Day for the ninth time, have been drafted to Raw, that we have an opportunity to have them face off against the Street Profits, unify the tag titles so that way the Tag Team Champions can go and defend on either show.
And then Kofi and Xavier can still pop up.
Then you have the New Day still in some form.
Yeah.
Or you take the Street Profits and you send them to SmackDown.
Yep. It's really... Well, we talked about...
Which would be a good kind of following for Big E as well.
Well, it sets it up well, too, because Bianca Belair was already drafted.
Yes.
So what I imagine is going to happen on Raw is they'll have that Tag Team Champion versus Tag Team Champion match, and then as soon as that's over, the Street Profits get moved to SmackDown.
Yeah.
However, I think it would be funny if the Street Profits went to SmackDown and they still called them the Raw Tag Team Champions.
It would be
And then with
interesting.
Kofi and Xavier, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions on Raw. But that's the way they have to bill it and say it every time, just because I think that'd be personal.
That would be pretty interesting.
Now, we're going to talk about, so we've got the solidified, those are the people who've been drafted to this point.
Can't be drafted again.
We still have a small group of free agents, which means they're not currently signed or on the draft lottery for either program yet. Those are Shorty G, Elias, Dorado and Grand Metalik, and Mickey James. So, 5 names that could pop up at any time, even after the draft. Which
Mostly
is cool.
the reason you got Mickey James and Elias who are out with injuries.
Yeah.
You've got the Lucha House Party, which I believe is going to Raw.
Yeah.
I believe them keeping Callisto only makes sense that the other half of the team goes to Raw. Plus, Raw needs a tag team division because they broke up 6 different tag teams in the last 3 months.
Yeah.
No one's there to challenge for the titles. We will go into who we think's going. One pick who we think's going to either show here in a moment. But you said you have the draft nominees for Monday.
These are the names that are still eligible for the draft to be drafted to either Raw or SmackDown on Monday night.
Okay.
Andrade, Bayley, Aleister Black, Alexa Bliss, Daniel Bryan, Carmella, King Corbin, Apollo, Nikki Cross, Dabba-Kato, Ziggler and Rude, Eric, Lacey Evans, Charlotte, Jeff Hardy, Billie Kay, Lana, Keith Lee, Riddick Moss, Natalya, Titus, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, R-Truth, the entire faction of Retribution, Peyton, Arturo Ruas, Sheamus, the collective of Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro, the Street Profits, Braun Strowman, Tozawa, Zelina Vega, Bray Wyatt, and Sami Zayn. You know whose name I don't see on any of these is Matt Riddle's? Guess he's not eligible for the draft. He's just going to stay on SmackDown.
Actually, Riddle's name is up for Monday night.
Okay.
It must not have been on our list, but he is definitely up for Monday night.
Well, so those are the names.
Jeff Hardy. I don't know.
Yeah, I said Jeff Hardy. So those are the names currently that are eligible for the draft, which means they're going to get drafted to either Raw or SmackDown come Monday.
All right, give me your best pick on who you think's going. With the exception, we both believe Bray's going.
Yeah,
we
Bray
both
Wyatt,
believe the Street Profits are going. Both believe Bayley's going.
Yeah.
Who you got?
I think Aleister Black's going to SmackDown.
You think so?
I think that when Bray Wyatt comes to Raw, they're going to need a sort of different dark figure for SmackDown. And I think Aleister Black, as a heel, would make that great buffer for pretty much anybody in their face division. And when they turn him back babyface, works the exact same way. He's fluid enough. He's viable enough. The fans love him. Aleister Black to SmackDown. That's my call.
Right.
What about yours?
I believe going to Raw is the Artist Collective.
Ooh, Shinsuke and Cesaro.
Reason being, once again, Raw needs tag teams. Raw needs viable tag teams.
Yeah.
You bring them in. You've got the Miz and Morrison. You've got all that stuff that you can run tag team wise.
Yeah.
But I would. It's a smart choice. They already are tested against the New Day, so you know they can have top flight tag team matches.
Yeah.
And be perfect.
Top flight security, Craig.
Yes. As far as I kind of have a feeling when I get these feelings. Draft wise, that you know what, I'm going to hold on to it.
No, let's hear it. We're talking about the draft.
I don't want to say it and be wrong.
Come on.
And that now it slipped my mind. That happens.
Dummy.
That list again.
Sheamus,
they brought Gulick to Raw.
Yeah.
Because of his stuff with R-Truth. Send the 24/7 title to SmackDown.
Yeah. Well, and keep in mind, Sami Zayn is eligible for the draft, but the Hurt Business is on Raw, and they've got the U.S. title on lockdown with them. No, Sami Zayn will stay on SmackDown.
But take R-Truth, take the 24/7 title,
and send it to SmackDown.
Send it to SmackDown, because then you've got a whole new dynamic over there of people he hasn't been messing with.
Kind of freshen up the 24/7 title chase.
Throw a monkey wrench and everything, and Wednesday night have him show up in NXT with the 24/7.
I'd be 100% okay with that. Especially with him hanging out like Drake Maverick.
And Killian Dane. You guys are a great tag team. He ain't a tag team.
You guys are going to be best World Tag Team Champions ever. All right.
I-95.
Guys, that's what's happening with the draft. We're both pretty excited about Monday, see what's going to come out of it, because, like I said, this is a big shakeup, and they've already shaken things up, especially with the breaking up of New Day.
Also, we don't know if Raw's going to be the final draft, or if we're going to get something on Talking Raw, or Raw Talk, whatever they call it. after all. So that might be where you get the rest of your free agents. Or we're going to have a free agent kind of thing where people just show up wherever they want.
Which I hope they don't do. I hope that after this draft, they lock their rosters in and we stop seeing that.
Correct.
That's what I want. And I know that, they've got that rule where you can challenge or blah, blah,
You know whose names weren't on that list?
Whose?
Ronda Rousey.
No.
Brock Lesnar.
No, well, yeah, they're both not. Well, Brock's a free agent right now. Brock's not
Brock
signed.
went last year, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was drafted last year, but again, he's now no longer with the WWE. His contract lapsed. I don't know, my friend.
I believe it, man. Okay, well, Ronda Rousey is.
Yeah, she's still under some
Also, technically, so is Becky Lynch.
Yeah, well, we won't know what's going to happen. She'll come back to Raw after the baby, I'm sure.
You think?
Yeah.
Now that Seth's on SmackDown?
Oh, that's a good point. It's a really good point. I didn't even think about that. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. However, it is cool to see the landscape in the WWE getting a little bit more interesting.
Shook. I dig it.
Changing things, and then SmackDown is still producing a pretty damn good wrestling show.
It
if
really
Raw
is.
could follow suit, our conversations would be a lot different. Speaking of different conversations, guys, that's the end of this video. That's the end of the draft review. What did you guys think about the draft? What picks do you think are going where? Let us know in the comments down below. After you like and subscribe, send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/prowrestlingthrowdown. And stay tuned for Today in Wrestling History coming up right now.
Also, you can think about it as Bingo's Alexa Bliss, too.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
Alexa Bliss.
Love Alexa Bliss.